So, Anthropic just released Opus 5, and the claims, they're fucking ridiculous. Fable level intelligence at half the token price. Better coding, better computer use, long-running agents that verify their own work. Basically, give it the job, walk away, and stop prompting. It sounds a lot like what I've been teaching for a while, but without any of the headache. Well, I can tell you, I've been using it over the weekend, and I haven't noticed a damn bit of difference. And that may be the most important thing. Now, that isn't a sexy response, that isn't particularly exciting, but it's honest. So before you switch models, run Opus 5 on a real job you already understand. Give both models one complete brief, the exact same thing, and just compare the finished product, instead of these benchmarks and launch charts. The official promise is real enough to matter. Anthropic says Opus 5 gets close to Fable 5 performance at half the price. And for you, that doesn't mean a prettier scorecard. Anthropic says Opus 5 works best when you give it the complete job up front. You explain what you need built, what finished means, and what boundaries the model has to respect, and then you let the model work. So, if your old instructions keep saying, verify this again, double check that before you finish, take a hard look. Opus 5 already verifies its own work, and Anthropic says those inherited instructions can make the model over-verify and just waste tokens. Opus 5 also tends to write more, explain more, and sometimes expand the job, which I think is really frustrating because there's way too much text that already comes back. So if the task is narrow, state the boundary. If your setup can launch other agents, limit how many extra AI workers the model can start. That is what you won't need to prompt actually means. Opus 5 does not read your mind. You still need to give it all of the context, all of the details, and the definition of done. And the promise is fewer rescue prompts after the brief. Less babysitting, less dragging the model back towards your job you already gave it. So the promise for an everyday user is more useful, complete work before the plan or the budget runs out. Isn't that the point in the first place? Like, shouldn't that be just what the product does? Completes the job that it's given? Does it correctly? Like, are we celebrating something that's sort of the expectation here? I don't know. At least that's my expectation, is that when I give something to one of the premium models, that it runs and it does what I ask. There is one correction worth keeping in your head. Half the token price does not automatically mean half the cost of a finished job though. Opus can use more tokens. A cheaper model that writes too much or expands the scope or creates more cleanup still can cost way more than you would expect. And that is why the mixed reactions are useful. Some users are seeing strong coding and lower usage burn. Other users are seeing verbosity, scope creep, weaker judgment on default long-running work. Both reports can be true because the result depends on the job and the system around the model. Some people say it's the worst model they've ever seen. Others say this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and that it's better than Fable or it's as good as Fable. Well, I promise you it's not as good as Fable. And Fable is really fucking good. I wish I could give you this clickbait video where I claim Opus 5 is amazing. It is so good. It is better than Fable. But I can't, and I have to be honest with you because it really is about the process, the method, the structure, the harness, not the model. And quite frankly, I wish they would stop building all of these models that just use more and more token usage, because what I could use less of is token burn. The reality is, I think my harness and the methods that I teach are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. It's already doing the briefs, the checkpoints, the review loops, all of these things that they claim Opus 5 does better. Long-running coding tasks. Like, I've been running sessions for 24, 48 hours, like it runs while I sleep. That's not new for me, but that's the method. That is what we build around with our structure so that the AI gets it right. It does the doing, you do the deciding. And so I think that's where this model launch conversation really, it gets it backwards. A better model, it should improve our systems, but it should not become your system. You should build the system around it. And then frankly, the better models should probably get more efficient, not less efficient. So it's possible that Opus 5 may change AI coding forever because near frontier capability is becoming affordable enough to use every day. But Opus 5 will not rescue a bad workflow, plain and simple. And the model will not remove the need to explain what success looks like or give good context or build a quality brief. That is, again, still what proper structure is for. And so if you want more honest model verdicts after the launch hype wears off, please like and subscribe to this video. And if you want help building the complete briefs, checkpoints, and review loops that lets these models do work better, come join the AI Code That Works school community. The link, it's in the description below.